argument because he was absolutely great. Even in his early days out on the schoolhouse, we played. See, back then, Tom, they didn't have big convention centers.
Right,
we played
right.
high school auditoriums, city auditoriums. And, I mean, this boy would go out and just, I mean, he could burp and get a standing ovation before the world knew about Elvis.
I mean, you really, at one point you described Elvis as, you almost felt that God sent him as a messenger.
I still think that. I think any time that you come in with a new music and a new way of presenting yourself, nobody moved. Elvis didn't copy anybody. I mean, think about it. He originated most of the things he did and didn't know what he was doing at first. He was very nervous. And I've heard him say that his legs would start shaking, and so he didn't want the audience to know that he was scared.
His knees were
so
knocking,
he'd throw them out.
Start moving,
People say to me a lot, even now, they say, Carl, when is this Elvis mystique going away? I mean, you know, every year in Memphis, this year I will work his 20th anniversary of his death there. And
the answer is it's never going to go away.
Well, it's history, Tom. I mean, if you're going to tear the pages out on Presley, you're going to have to jerk one or two out on Washington. I mean, the boys in the history book. Yeah. Because he gave America what they needed at the time. The 50s was a great era, man.
I want to ask you here the difference between something that you, I'm going to say you invented it, you and a couple of other people, called rockabilly.
Yeah.
And rock and roll, but I got a break waiting that I must do. We are talking tonight with the incomparable Carl Perkins. His newest CD is called Go Cat Go. The toll-free is up and running at 800-952-2788, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Honey, they have to let you go for my persuasion. Well, you can do anything, but they have to persuasion.
With the legendary Carl Perkins, and I was going to ask you if you could give us a little demonstration, and I see you have this. This is not the Gene Autry.
No, this this is up a little from the.
Yeah. The difference between the sound of rockabilly and rock and roll.
Well, the first rockabilly record to be recorded was by Elvis, and it was a Bill Monroe country classic. Bill did it like Blue Moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Oh, shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue. Now, the only difference in that and rockabilly is I said, Blue Moon of Kentucky, won't you keep on shining? Yeah, shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue. Let me tell you, Blue Moon of Kentucky, won't you keep on shining? Shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue.
You know that you have saved about a half an hour of conversation with that demonstration. That is true. The picture is truly worth 1,000 words. Thank you. Here is Jay on the toll-free in Hamilton, Ontario. Hi, Jay, and welcome to CBS.
Well, good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir.
My question for Carl, was there any rivalry between you and Elvis?
No, not at all. I knew when I first saw him there never would be. Then because of the way he looked and his musical abilities were just absolutely amazing. He was a wonderful guy. No, there was never any rivalry or animosity between Elvis and I.
What is the story where one time he suggested to you that you put some makeup under your eyes or eyeliner or something? Didn't you see him highlighting his eyes one time?
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Well, he'd do that. He had a little Maybelline eye stick, whatever that is, and he doctored the bottom of the
mascara,
eyelashes.
Huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I said, "What you doing, boy?" He said, "Well, it looks good from the audience." He said, "Try it," and I stuck it in my eye and did not do it. I mean, I couldn't follow that. It tickles. You know? So I just faced the world as it was.
Yeah. Do you, Jay, I don't know if you're old enough to recall Blue Suede Shoes back in 1955 and what an enormously huge record that was.
It was great, that's for sure. They were both legends.
Thank you.
I'm glad you called, Jay, and thanks for watching us, okay?
Thank you.
When you wrote Blue Suede Shoes, where did the idea come from? What happened? You must have seen something, been somewhere.
I was playing one of the tonks near my hometown, and I've been watching this boy and girl jitterbugging, and they were really good. You know, when you're playing and you pick out that certain pair that really was rocking. And they finished their dancing when I finished the song right in front of the little bandstand where I was playing. And he said to her in a good stout tone, he said, don't step on my suedes. Well, I hadn't owned a pair of them shoes at that time. They were getting kind of popular around Jackson and Memphis. And she said, oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me?
Yeah, and it looked hurt. And I thought, you fool. I mean, that's a stupid shoe. That's a pretty girl, man.
Yeah, pay some attention to the lady. Never mind. As you said, you can get more shoes.
There you go. But I could not get that out of my mind. I was living in a government project house in Jackson, Tennessee with my wife and 2 children. And I couldn't go to sleep, man. I just couldn't. Don't step on my suede. I thought of the old nursery rhyme. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 get ready, and 4 to go. I said, well, look out. Down them concrete steps, got my guitar. 1 for the money, dun, dun. My wife came to the top of the steps. I had 2 small babies. She said, Carl, you going to wake up the children? Whose song is that? I said, it's ours. She said, write the song and we'll rock them back to sleep. So I took 3 iced potatoes out of a brown paper bag, and the song was born.
Iced potatoes?
Yeah, frying iced potatoes. You know.
Oh, okay.
There was 3 in a I couldn't find anything to write it on. And the original words are framed in my house, but it's spelled Blue Suede, S-W-A-D-E. See, I knew nothing about the shoes.
What would S-U-E-D-E?
Suede.
Suede. Anyway, this new CD, Go Cat Go.
Yeah.
They're all on there. All the Beatles are there.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Paul Simon, Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. 96 will be a memorable year for Carl Perkins. All I had to do was ask these guys, the Beatles, Paul and George, these 2 brand new songs on there. And I wrote, I think biggest part of the songs that are on this album.
You're one of the few, if not the only, who in the golden days wrote all of his own songs.
Yeah.
I've only got 30 seconds here. The Carl Perkins Foundation for Kids.
It's very dear to my heart. It's called the Carl Perkins Child Abuse Center in Jackson, Tennessee. It was the first licensed abuse center in the state of Tennessee, and we're doing wonderful. I'm so proud that the
place for kids to go who need help and got no other place.
The parents.
Oh, really?
That's where the problem is. We try to teach the parents through volunteers that there's another way. You don't have to abuse them. All I want them to do is call the center, let us get them to the doctor, and get the kid treated, and then our success ratio, Tom, is around 90% of the people.
Continued success with that. I'm out of time here. It's an honor to meet you, my friend. Congratulations and thanks for all the memories and much success with Go Cat Go.
Bless you.
My pleasure. Bless you, sir.
Good.
We will continue and tell you about tomorrow night again right after these.